John alludes to the polluter pays principle. Janet speaks similarly about an industry in the environmental limelight at present due to the new flame incident, shipping, and specifically bunkering.
Well, we think, we have actually provided government at the beginning of the year with the technical solutions to some of the impacts from bunkering. We're talking simply about fumes here because obviously bunkering presents other problems of an environmental nature, but with respect to fumes that are being felt constantly, sometimes daily, in different parts of Gibraltar, it's something that, however economically viable and important it is for Gibraltar, it is paramount importance that steps are taken to improve the livability for many of the residents around the Rock who often cannot breathe in their own homes and are very worried about the implications for children and the elderly's health and the rest of it. So the technical solutions are there. We have submitted these to government. They have been reviewing these for the last 6 months, and we hope that they will implement the vapor recovery system technology, which is being widely used throughout the world today, to reduce the impacts and to make this conditional to bunkering activities being done so close to our homes and shores.
Janet Howitt describing potential solutions for bunkering. GONS has also put to government a document suggesting improvements, in their case, to the management of a most important natural resource. I'm referring to the Upper Rock Management Plan.
Well, the management plan on the Upper Rock includes recommendations on the proper management, on improving of the management of the Barbary macaques. So it would go almost to the full extent necessary. The Upper Rock Management Plan is a document which was prepared some time ago, is receiving consideration. It's a very complex document. There are all sorts of ramifications and obviously has to be very carefully thought through and all the implications weighed up. But again, we would look at one of the main environmental thrusts of a newly elected government to seriously look at implementing this Upper Rock Management Plan because it could solve a lot of the problems that the Upper Rock has experienced for decades.
The Upper Rock will be one of many areas that individuals will be tackling this weekend with Clean Up the World. This is the third such clean-up on the Rock of Gibraltar for many volunteers. But what do environmentalists want government to do about waste and litter?
Very specifically, I think if we did put in practice something that government announced after the first clean-up, where we highlighted all these problems, government announced at the time that a dedicated waste park, a modern facility, would be built in order to have a central point where businesses, people everywhere could take their rubbish and all different types of rubbish would be collected under one roof. That would aid separation, it would aid in recycling, and it would stop the wanton dumping that goes on around Gibraltar. So, we know space is a premium, but with the level of development going on around Gibraltar, we know that land is available. And what we want to see this year, and after this third-year clean-up, where we're going to collect tons of rubbish and waste, is that this is also a priority.
A modern, dedicated waste park is therefore one facility that is being mooted to help us deal with an ever-increasing amount of waste. There are clearly lots of changes that environmentalists would like to see materialize. What about energy?
Oil is on the way out, so we're going to have to think of alternatives, and the sooner we do that, the better. And any responsible government would be looking at taking these steps now rather than waiting for the rest of the world to lead, and then we are left behind. And sadly, in Gibraltar, it's very easy to fall by the wayside, and we would be looking for the future, in the next 4 years, that we should be in the lead when it comes to the environment.
John Cortes, General Secretary of the Gibraltar Ornithological and Natural History Society, calling for Gibraltar to show leadership on the environment. Which leads us finally, in this report, to renewables. I asked the Environmental Safety Group's chairperson, Janet Howitt, if she believes there is a future for renewable energy on the Rock.
Definitely, there are so many options. Scientists associated with our group have been presenting ideas and schemes to government for many, many years. We believe and understand that the next power generating station is going to be environmentally friendly. I think it's going to incorporate many facets to offset some of our carbon footprint and the like, but nevertheless it's still going to be run on diesel. We think that if a solar thermal technology and other more major installations is out at the moment, which we think is a great pity, nevertheless the grid will need to be modified in order to facilitate micro renewable energy systems to be set up by individuals and businesses who want to take that step. At the moment, people want to take the step, but the facility isn't there. You cannot plug this into the grid. So this would be another win-win for the environment if government were to implement this change.